These are some scenes of the horror video that I shot recently. By the way, this is the making of the video, The Veil in the Fog. If you haven't watched the short film yet, short video, it's like 2 minutes and with something seconds, go watch that first so you don't get spoiled with this YouTube video and you get more context. So how did I shot this? How did I spend less than $350 on this video shoot? Well, let me explain. I knew that for this horror shoot, I wanted to be as moody as possible. I have some images in my head and I wanted to see how far I could push it. The way that I went about it, it was just going through like phases, right? The first thing is like finding the actor or the model who was going to be in the shoot. So I was fortunate that Jackie is a co-worker of mine, but she's actually also a professional model. Knowing people helps a lot. However, I must say that I have done other video shoots where I've been able to find actors and models that have been very affordable. I'll tell you in a moment how I did that. But for this example, for this purposes, I shot with somebody who I already know. So of course, being that we're at the moment that you're watching this video, it's the fall season, Halloween, all of that, and I needed stock footage for my Trust Videos video library, which you can go over there and download to your heart's content for free. So we're going to shoot what is called like a clean plate. It's going to look like a jump cut when I'm editing, okay? Of course, as always, this is an excuse to be the filmmaker that I want and do creative projects. So I immediately found Jackie, and the first thing that I needed to do was with the wardrobe. I wanted to do something very serious, or at least that looks professional. And what I ended up doing is finding this Victorian dress that I found in Amazon. It reminded me a lot of the film The Others, and that's certainly an inspiration of mine for this video. That ended up costing me $58. Of course, I wanted her to cover her face, and the best thing that I could find was this veil. That veil ended up costing me $22. Once I did those two things, I just sent her some concept digital images. I use mood boards sometimes to talk with the models that I'm working for. I just got her some images to say, here, this is where I'm aiming for, so she can get an idea of the tone of how things are going to look like. And then of course we had to do the actual planning, so I had to do some location scouting. At first I wanted to shoot nearby another video that I made a while ago called near a lake called Lake Oaxaca, but as soon as I made some scouting, I realized that there is going to be difficult points to access freely. I'm going to be with the model, she's going to be with the dress, and it was literally kind of like a jungle. I needed to take like a machete if I wanted to do a video shoot. So I knew that that was not going to be practical. So I did some search around the area and I found something that was better than I imagined, that will elevate the production value at this video through the roof. And this was in the town of Maricao. Now there's some images that I saw about a house made of stone, an old house made of stone, and I knew that if that was public, and depending on how things turned out, if I did the location scouting, that could bring a lot of cinematic quality values to the video that I wanted to shoot. So I end up going to Maricao beforehand, before the week of shooting, to see how things would pan out. So I'm here in front of what they call here in Puerto Rico La Casa de Piedra, which I think is a perfect location for the horror shoot that I'm going to do. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about finding this place. I went to the trails, I saw the house, I saw a tower that was nearby also made of stone, and I was like, this is perfect. This is just like movies like The Witch, and other movies that have similar vibes, and I was just all excited. Those things are like for free, they're access to the public, so you can get away with a lot with things that are in your area that you might not have known that are accessible for free. So just do a great search online, use Google or ChatGPT or whatever, and you'll be surprised of how many things are accessible in your area that are free. In this case, I paid $0 for this. I also end up buying this skull on Amazon. I wanted something to look as real as possible. Yes, this is plastic, but hopefully I can make it look real. This just cost me like $15. Very accessible. I know I can make it look good with color grading, or at least that's what I think. And you'll see, you'll judge me when you see the video. I also bought this portable fog machine, which is very handy. I knew I wanted to buy this for the longest time. I wanted to use it for many things, but if there was a reason to buy it, it was going to be now for this horror shoot. However, I was lucky and I did not have to use it much. Luck played a critical role for this video shoot, because when we shot, it was full of fog. The weather was kind of coldish, so it created the most exciting atmosphere I can ever wish for. So I just pinched myself. I couldn't believe my luck. I still did end up using it. For the skull, the Olanzi portable fog machine ended up costing me $70. Very well worth it. I'm pretty satisfied with the whole thing. Olanzi doesn't sponsor me, but if you wanted to buy a portable fogging machine, you know, this might be an option for you. There's also the sage, because, you know, we just need to do spells, you know, so sage is important. Well, not that I'm exactly a witch or a pagan, but, you know, they use this for something. So, and I wanted to use it. So I bought this. You can find this on any smoke shop. It costed me $8. I also wanted a very, even though this is going to be a as natural as possible video shoot, I also want to do some cool shots, right? Some stylistic choices. And one of the things that I wanted to shoot the witch or Jackie. I want to go through some red smoke. At first, I considered using a powder cannon. This I bought for another video shoot that I was going to shoot like a few months ago, probably like a year ago. But after doing some digging and analyzing, I knew this was not going to give me what I wanted. I wanted some like very dense powder fog that's colorful, red blood color, and this was not going to be it. Instead, I found something called holy powder. That's how they call it, you know, is the powder that they use in festivals. So I had this portable blowing gun. So this I already had. I think it costed me like $20 or $30, but I'm not counting on this because this was already mine that I use for my car, cleaning stuff. But hey, this is something that is also around. So I used this gun to blow the holy powder up and create this dense red fog that I wanted her to walk through it. So she would be like a spectre, an apparition that appeared through the mist, or the red blood mist or smoke or whatever. And that ended up costing me $20. So of course there's the Jackie's fee that I also had to pay, which in this case she gave me the friend discount, co-worker discount, because she already knows me. So in this case it cost me $150 for 2 hours of shooting. Plus she can have the dress because I'm not going to use it. I'm not into wearing dresses. And of course she will get copies of the video footage because it's going to be available for free anyway, so she can use the footage as she sees fits and use it for whatever she wants. If you want to find something that's kind of comparable that they can afford, I use Model Mayhem to find models and actors that are kind of like in the same rate, you can use filtering and you'll find models that are willing to work with you for that budget. So go ahead and search, and also you can try use Facebook, a casting call, and just be clear. You say, hey, this is how much I can afford for X amount of hours, and you'll find people that will work for you. So the grand total for all this was $348.48. And I'm pretty happy with the results I got. This was a fun shoot, a creepy shoot. I tried to push myself to the limits. Of course, this is a one-man band show, but I also wanted to prove that this is something that we can all do now. I know there's talk about AI and there's talk about many other things, but as I said on previous videos, you can still create. There's nothing stopping for you. There's nothing stopping you from you going out and doing your own thing, you know, as long as you operate outside of the Hollywood model, as long as you build your own thing. So I'm building my own thing. This is the way that I'm doing it, and hopefully you'll find your thing and you'll find the way that you want to do it. And I just want to choose to build an audience this way. So I gave a warning against spoilers, but if you saw this video first anyway, you can go ahead and watch The Veil and the Fog that's available on this YouTube channel. Go watch it so you can have this perspective. And yes, I'll see you next time.